John Cena, who I'm thrilled to have. I don't think this is the first time here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, John?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for the introduction.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm thrilled to be chatting with you. I'm a big fan, John.
Well, thanks, man. I'll try not to ruin that.
No, your comic timing is, fantastic. You're a laugh out loud. You stole Trainwreck, as far as I'm concerned, John.
You don't watch enough movies, boss. Thank you very much.
Well, let me ask you, were you on the set at all with LeBron? Did those moments ever happen?
No, unfortunately, we never crossed paths, and I would have liked to because he obviously is really proactive in extending himself beyond sport, and that was kind of the beginning of my extension beyond sport as well. So I'd just love to pick his brain a little bit to see what he's doing and how he's going about doing that business. And he's done it very well in that regard.
I would agree with that. So that was essentially, Trainwreck was your first, I guess, big departure from the wrestling scene? Was that it?
No, I'd done a ton of horrible movies before that. That was the first one everybody liked.
There were the Trainwrecks before that, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the
right.
whole thing was bad before that. No, I literally did a lot of unsuccessful movies in between like 2004 and 2009, and the reason was I blame myself certainly. My heart wasn't in it. I was really enamored with the WWE and still am. I'm super obsessed with its audience and its programming and its superstars. And just the medium in general, I think it's a wonderful form of entertainment for everyone across the world. That's why the company travels so globally so often. But I as a young man, I didn't have the patience for the movie making industry. And right around the time of Trainwreck, I was kind of reinvigorated with doing something fun. I was always branded as, hey, you should only do these type of roles. So I just kind of went along with what I was told. And then Trainwreck was the beginning of me choosing. Being fortunate enough to choose the things that I want to do, and since then, all the choices have been my own, which means I'm passionate about them, and I think it shows much more in the work.
And my kids loved you as the voice of Ferdinand too, as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, you are most welcome. What was it like hosting the ESPYs for you, John? I mean, who did you get to meet? What was your favorite moment of that?
That's a room, boss. That was me sweating through about 3 chucks, and that was. I've ever been in my entire life, period, point blank.
Nervous is what you said?
Oh, yeah, that is it.
Why is that?
The ESPYs, it's because, as the host of the ESPYs, you have to move the show along with there is making light about the year in sports. I think the ESPYs sums up the Jimmy B philosophy of think, laugh, and cry in one episode of one day. And a lot of that comedy leans on the host. And, man, to be around athletes and be like a sports entertainer, which is not a genuine whoever runs the fastest will win, whoever hits the ball farthest will win. We're more like floor gymnastics. We kind of rely on the appeal of the people watching us. So it really was a tough room trying to throw some zingers at real athletes, and everyone is there knowing that they're going to get hit or knowing that they're going to be shot in the crowd. So no one wants to laugh, but I had a great writing team and a great creative force helping me plan a monologue that I thought would take the edge off of everybody. And I had a wonderful, wonderful time, but I've never been as nervous for anything in my entire life.
John Cena here on the Rich Eisen Show. Bumblebee in theaters near you has been out since December 21st. We'll get to that in a second. Is it safe to draw a line from where you're from where you hail, that you're a Red Sox, Patriot, Celtic fan? Is that a safe assumption?
That would be the assumption. I've been around the world so much. I've pretty much been living out of a suitcase for the past 2 decades. So I root for the team that wins. I like the Patriots.
Okay.
I like the Sox.
Okay. But growing up, you didn't. It was.
Oh yeah, growing up in New England certainly gravitated towards the local sports teams. I think the Red Sox and Celtics were put in the forefront, and the Patriots and Bruins were kind of in the backdrop.
Okay. Now, you're a center by football trade from back in the day. Is that a fact?
They put me on the offensive line, and I kind of found a home. They just told me, hey, go in this line. Someone will be there. Hit them. Okay, I can do that.
Okay. Definitely want to make sure that we talk about your film, a prequel to the Transformers film, Bumblebee. What has this experience been like for you, John?
Forever the salesman you are, Rich. Thank you very much.
No, come on now.
No, the experience was awesome. Like I said, I'm kind of choosing the direction. I'm in a pretty fortunate position where I can kind of choose what I am interested in. And I think when you're really interested in something, you put your heart and soul into it. And this was something that really jumped off the page at me. I think people who have seen it agree that it's a wonderful shot in the arm for the franchise. It's not what they'd expected. It really is a movie that is very powerful on all fronts, and it is a fun ride, like all the Transformers movies before it were. So it's really good to be part of something that is critically acclaimed and acclaimed by the audience as well. You know, you put so much into making these movies, and then sometimes the critics hate it, and then sometimes the critics hate it and the audience hate it, and this is one of those lucky circumstances where critics have loved it and audiences have loved it too. So I'm very grateful.
Yeah, it's wonderful. If it only had a little bit more production value and a bigger budget, John. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. You know, if we could put more effects on it.
Yeah,
I think.
We just kick it up.
It's
not to tell you how to do it.
It's from the '80s, so we had to turn back to technology a little bit.
Right.
Maybe the next one will vault into the future, and that way we'll spend tons more money.
Hey, before I let you go, John, I know your arrows may not have passed too much, but Mean Gene passed away this week. I'm wondering if you have any great memories about him passing away at the age of 76.
Mean Gene is an absolute legend. I preach to the WWE superstars, never take yourself too seriously. And Gene was an absolute, not only a pro, but he got exactly what we did. And that's Mean Gene from a professional. I think they broke the mold when they made Gene. He's truly one of a kind. He's from a professional standpoint, he's an absolute legend. From a personal standpoint, he was a close friend, and we shared a lot of time together. He used to golf at a club down in Sarasota, which was just an awesome situation. And if anyone ever stumbles across that to be named nameless club right now, because I want to protect the innocent,
yes,
and finds himself playing 18 holes, just ask for an Okerlund. He had his own drink at the bar, and I may have spent many a night with Gene in that one clubhouse drinking Okerlunds all night, just telling stories.
What was in that?
Honestly, he really was he loved what he did, and he loved life, and he just had he loved to play golf, and he loved to hang out. Like, that was his thing. He just wanted to be around people. And I remember so many fond nights with Gene and so many fond stories. But as a professional, I think, the work we do kind of defines who we are. And there won't be one like Gene Okerlund. He was awesome.
What was in that? What was in that concoction? Can you tell? Do you know?
If you ever ask for it, you'll find out. I almost want to. What the hell? So
go for it.
Gino liked to drink vodka, and he was a vodka cranberry man. So if you order an Okerlund, it's a 16-ounce foam solo cup filled to the brim with ice, also filled to the brim with vodka of your choice. I prefer Sky. Thank you for the Sky campaign.
Okay.
And they whisper the word cranberry over it, put the lid on it, and hand it to you.
Whisper the word.
Yeah, it literally is the most clear pinkish hue of vodka cranberry I've ever seen in my entire life. And to play 18 with Gino and have a couple Okerlunds, it was just a wonderful, relaxing day where you could just escape the daily grind. And man, I was lucky enough to share a bunch of those moments with him, and I'm grateful for every one of them.
Yeah, and he was just he was such a face front person in the history of the sport and obviously the entertainment platform. It was just sad to see. It was just sad to hear about it,
Yeah, it's certainly. I'm like everybody, kind of mourning the loss, and he lived a wonderful life, and I choose to remember the good times I've had with him and the great work he's done. So we lost a legend, and there'll never be another. But I'm very grateful for having known him for sure.
Hey, John, congrats on Bumblebee and all of your success. I'd love to have you in studio the next time so we could just kick back and have a longer chat.
Rich, we will definitely make that happen. I know you've been trying diligently, and I thank you. I'm sorry we could do it over the phone. I promise to make good on that. I'll come to the studio. We'll talk about it.
I'm a patient man, John Cena. I'm a patient man.
Right.
Happy New Year to you.
See you soon, man. Thank you.
You bet. That's John Cena. Go check out Bumblebee in theaters near you.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.